Elon Musk versus Elizabeth Warren is getting worse. The Times magazine awarded Elon Musk the title of Person of the Year for 2021. While many people supported the selection, there were also some who disagreed. US Senator Elizabeth Warren tweeted a response to this news, in which she said, "Let's change the rigged tax code so the Person of the Year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else." Sounds a little mean, right? However, do you think Musk would have remained silent after seeing this tweet? I mean, when it comes to his pride, the Twitter player never stays silent. So what do you think he said? And most importantly, why Senator Warren is saying this about Musk? Well, as you know, there's only one way to find out. Give the video a thumbs up and stay tuned to the end of the video. Hello everyone, welcome to Genius's Guide, your daily dose of geniusness. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the ongoing feud between the world's richest man, Mr. Elon Musk, and US Senator Elizabeth Warren. So without any further delay, let's get into it. Basically, ever since the day Musk made it to the list of the world's top 10 wealthiest people, he has been part of constant criticism about the amount of money that he makes. It is believed by a lot of people that he uses his companies to avoid paying taxes on his income. And one of those people is US Senator Elizabeth Warren. After Times magazine announced that Elon Musk had been chosen for the Person of the Year award, she criticized Musk by tweeting, "Let's change the rigged tax code so the Person of the Year will actually pay taxes and stop freeloading off everyone else." To which Musk retweeted and said, "Stop protesting." And along with this, several tweets were posted by him, arguing that he made his tax payments on time. As part of one tweet, he quoted Warren as Senator Karen. Basically, the name Karen is used as a slang term for a white woman who is entitled and obnoxious. Musk also responded by telling Warren, "And if you open your eyes for 2 seconds, you would realize I pay more taxes than any American in history this year." His other tweet says, "You remind me of when I was a kid, and my friend's angry mom would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason. And that's not it. That's a direct attack." Moreover, he added, "Please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen." Last year, in an interview when Swisher asked Warren whether she had a problem with the insult, Warren replied, "I think what he's hoping is that this is personal. It's about trying to make it personal instead of talking about what's wrong with the tax system." During the interview, Warren told Swisher that Musk paid no federal income taxes in 2018. She said, "Every nurse who paid taxes, every firefighter who paid taxes, paid more than Elon Musk. That's a broken taxation system." Warren reported late last year that Musk is due to pay billions in income tax this year. However, later Musk announced in December that he would pay more than $11 billion in taxes for the year 2021. And during his interview with the Babylon Bee, he revealed to them that in 2021, he would be paying the most taxes that any individual in history has ever paid, adding that his taxes are super simple, and that he does not have any offshore accounts or elaborate tax avoidance schemes. And in response, Warren countered that this was only due to the fact that he sold off a large percentage of his stock in 2021. Warren told Swisher pretty much everybody in America would be a little richer today or a lot richer today if they had not had to pay any federal income taxes for years and years and years. So to say now that he's in this position where he can sell off a slice of his business and make $1 bazillion, and because he chose to take that action, he will pay taxes this year, I'm sorry, I just don't think that wins him the Good Tax-Paying Citizen of the Year award. Later in the interview, Swisher asked Warren why she thinks that tech leaders, in general, criticize her and label her as a strict school teacher. Warren said, "I just assume it's the same as anybody who doesn't like someone who challenges them, and they look for what they think is a vulnerability. And somehow they think that's my vulnerability. I don't know, I don't actually spend a lot of time worrying about it. I'm not a thin-skinned billionaire," she added. So in response, during an interview, Musk said, "She struck first. Obviously, she called me a freeloader and a grifter who doesn't pay taxes. Basically, I'm literally paying the most tax than any individual in history has ever paid. This year, ever. And she doesn't pay taxes. Basically, and her salary is paid for by the taxpayer like me. If you could die by irony, she would be dead." Well, doesn't it seem a little biased, like the politician who doesn't pay taxes asks others to pay taxes? Warren, however, didn't stop there. She then went on to create a number of Facebook ads accusing Musk of being a freeloading billionaire and demanding that a wealth tax be imposed on him. Some of the language, whining like a baby, seemed middle school in its immaturity. However, the exchange touched off a Twitter war that spread across the world. Several of Musk's supporters have pointed out that the entrepreneur has provided great benefits for the country that he has adopted, saving NASA, the military, and commercial clients tens of billions of dollars through the development of the reusable Falcon 9 rocket. There has even been the argument that he should not pay $11 billion in taxes, with some arguing that it would be better spent on technology innovation rather than on wasteful government programs like Warren favors. Several Twitter warriors, including Senator Warren, concurred that Musk is a capitalist exploiter who must be made to pay his fair share of taxes, the amount of which is currently unknown. On the contrary, Musk became a star on Fox News, with several celebrities, including Greg Gutfeld, singing Musk's praises on his hit late-night talk show. In a way, the online tiff was just a catnip for cable news networks that lean to the right. But this doesn't stop here. Recently, Musk has suggested that the Internal Revenue Services, IRS, might give him a cookie because, according to him, he paid the most taxes ever paid by an individual in 2021. Therefore, as you know, Musk is the kind of person that doesn't give up easily. So as usual, it seems that he isn't backing down, in the face of his feud with Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. He tweeted a suggestion as a reaction to remarks made by Warren in an interview with CNN titled New Day. When Warren said, Elon Musk in 2018, we've actually seen his tax returns. You know how much he paid in taxes? One of the richest people in the world? Zero. In response to this, Musk replied to a clip of the interview on Twitter saying that the next time he was in Washington, D.C., he would stop by the IRS office. He said, we'll visit IRS next time I'm in D.C. just to say hi, since I paid the most taxes ever in history for an individual last year. He said, maybe I can have a cookie or something. Man, this guy is relentless, because the fact is that this isn't the first time he has gone after politicians who have been advocating tax reform. Last year, at the beginning of November, he sent a tweet aimed at US Senator Bernie Sanders, in which the latter called for a higher tax rate for the extremely wealthy. So Musk sold his $5 billion worth of Tesla stock in response to a Twitter poll and then questioned Bernie in a tweet, "Want me to sell more stock, Bernie? Just say the word." Pretty shocking, right? Anyway, the final question should arise that, why did Warren go to war against Elon Musk? Well, honestly, I find it ironic that she seems to be unimpressed with his accomplishments and his potential that he might make the world a better place, pointing solely to taxes. It is possible that she is trying to raise funds against the space baron as part of her fundraising campaign. Her Facebook ad asks those who agree with her to contribute $10 as a way to celebrate her. So there is no way of knowing at this stage whether whatever money ends up in her campaign coffers will be worth the embarrassment of running against arguably the coolest capitalist of all time. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Tell us in the comments. And make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for us to provide you with more must-know developments in finance and technology. And we'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.